Hey guys, Jay Lawrence of 8020guitar.com. Let me first say thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and we'll go through this course. I really appreciate you taking the time. Your time is going to be very, very well spent for three reasons. First, we're going to go through how to learn your guitar, how to play it, and this is for folks that have no idea even how to hold the guitar, how to tune it, and how to play some basic chords. So if that's you and you're trying to figure this out, you need a good place to start, you're in the right spot. Secondly, we're going to look through this whole course through the lens of 80-20, and that is really what makes us very, very different than any other guitar instruction, teacher, online tutorial, DVD set. I'm going to explain that in the next video. Thirdly, though, again, my name is Jay. I'm one of the co-founders of 8020guitar.com, and I went to school for this stuff. I spent $85,000 going to the University of New Hampshire to learn music. I had two concentrations, but one of them was in music, and I'll tell you, I'm glad I did it. I can't say that it was completely money well spent. I think that's an exorbitant amount of money to spend on a bachelor's degree, but I did it anyway. And the main reason that I did that was I wanted to be able to hear a song and immediately be able to play it on the guitar. And going through 4 years of study, of intense study, the one thing that I learned is that 80% of the stuff that I learned really doesn't have any difference on how I can play the guitar. There's only really 20% of the stuff that's really critically important. So the whole concept around 8020guitar.com is really to boil this stuff down and only give you the stuff that you absolutely need to learn to pick up the guitar and play. Again, this is for folks that have never played the guitar before, or maybe just have picked it up here and there but really don't feel like they're proficient at some of these basic chords. All right, that's who this class is for, and the course itself is really designed to boil these things down and give you only what you absolutely need to learn. So a couple of coaching moments here, if you'll give those to me. Number one, go through this course in order that it is presented. That is very important that you go through the videos in order. You don't skip around or go skip right to the chords or anything like that. You will not get what you need out of that. So please go in order. If you do go in order and stick with me through that, be patient with yourself, I guarantee that you will be playing these 4 core chords that I'll show you in the third part of the class very, very quickly, and you'll be able to play thousands of songs, and I'll give you a few examples at the end of the course. Okay, so stick with me as we go through this, but don't skip around, okay? Secondly, again, remember that we're going through this through the lens of 80-20. I'll explain that principle in the next video, but if I'm not talking about it, you don't need to know it. Here are some things that we're not going to talk about. Bar chords, tablature, chord inversions. These things are cool and they're fun to learn, and I teach them in other courses, but it's not foundational to you picking up your guitar and actually playing it. We're going to boil this down. Thirdly, some things that we will go over. This class is split mainly into 4 sections, this intro, and then we're going to go over the parts of your guitar, the anatomy, you know, what's a headstock, what's a body, that kind of thing, where are the strings and frets. So I'll give you some guidance there as to the parts of your guitar, and that way you can navigate it much more effectively knowing those different parts. And then the third part is going to go over what I call the 4 core chords. These core chords are G major, D major, C major, and E minor. And I'm going to coach you through how to practice and get these chords under your belt. Please stick with me, please go in order, and I guarantee that once you get your buzzing and muting issues out of the way, you'll be able to not only play these chords, but switch between them and play thousands of songs. Don't know what buzzing or muting means? Don't sweat it. I'm going to cover that in the second section. So we have this intro section of the course, the anatomy of your guitar. We'll go over some terms. I'll show you a capo and a pick, kind of get you oriented there. And then we're going to look at those chords, and I'll coach you through how to practice those. And the last part is going to be just a recap and a summary of the course. I'll show you some examples of songs that you can play, and also some coaching moments on how to practice through the chords themselves. So please stick with me. Again, my name is Jay Lawrence of 8020guitar.com, and what I'm going to do in the next video is introduce you to this concept of 80-20 and why it is so important to you learning your guitar as quickly as possible with the least amount of effort possible. Here's the deal. I get that there is thousands and thousands and thousands of videos out there. YouTube, there's on Udemy, on this very site, there's other instructors. There's DVD sets you could pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for, private instruction. Look, I spent 85 grand going to school, and here's what I found out, insider tip. Knowing to play the guitar, just to pick it up and play it, is not that complicated. You also certainly don't need to spend $85,000 going to an undergrad degree to learn it. So I'm going to impart my knowledge to you on the basic guitar level on this course. I have other courses if you want to get a little bit more advanced after this course, but I'm telling you, to pick up the guitar and play it is not complicated. So stick with me. We're going to go into the 80-20 principle, what that means, and then we're going to dive right into the parts and anatomy of your guitar. Thanks again for going through this course. I really appreciate it. I would really encourage you please to leave comments and invite a friend of yours or two to do this course with you. The students that I've taught, and I've taught a lot of students, thousands and thousands of hours of private instruction where I was teaching, it's really helpful to have somebody do this with you. So I'd really encourage you to find somebody to do that with you. Again, and please do leave comments as well. We'd really, really encourage you to leave comments here. We will read them, we will respond to them, and we do take that feedback to make these courses better and better, okay? So please leave comments where you can, and let's dive into this concept of 80-20 and then dive into your guitar. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.